I can't stop helping, even when it drains me, even when no one says thank you. You've always called this your greatest quality, but here's the truth you need to hear. It's not empathy, it's not kindness, it's not caring. It's an addiction, it's a neurological trap. What you're feeling is a bug. You might think, this doesn't apply to me, but stay with me for 2 minutes. Today, I'm going to show you the most well-disguised bug I've ever observed in the human brain. It looks like generosity. It feels like love. It's praised by everyone around you. And it is quietly costing you everything. To understand why, let me show you what happens inside your skull. When you witness someone else's suffering, 2 regions in your brain light up instantly, the anterior cingulate cortex and the insula. These are the exact same regions that process your own pain. Their pain becomes neurologically yours, not a metaphor. It's measurable. Your amygdala tags it as a threat. Cortisol spikes. Your body goes into action mode. The moment you intervene, you fix, you rescue, you save, the threat signal disappears. Dopamine floods your system. Relief, warmth, the feeling of being exactly where you're supposed to be. For most people, this circuit works correctly. For you, it was calibrated differently in childhood. Their pain became your emergency, not because you chose it, because your brain was wired to make it so. This wiring almost always starts with parentification, a role reversal where the child becomes the emotional or practical parent. Here are 3 raw sketches. First, the visible one, the child cooking, cleaning, raising siblings. Second, the invisible one, the child listening to adult problems, mediating fights, comforting parents. Third, the silent one, the child constantly scanning the room for a parent's unpredictable mood. In all 3 cases, one belief gets burned into your circuitry. Other people's emotional states are my responsibility. Love is not given. Love is earned through service. You didn't learn how to love. You learned how to be useful. And 30 years later, the algorithm is still running. Meet Cheryl. 4 years with a partner who is always in crisis. She solves, she absorbs, she stabilizes. When he finally starts getting better, she feels uneasy. Without realizing it, she begins reminding him of his weaknesses. She doesn't decide to do this, it's an automatic program. She needs him to stay broken, because without someone to save, she doesn't know who she is in the relationship. The savior unconsciously needs the rescued to remain broken. Without a wound to heal, they have no role. Without a role, they have no identity. At work, Jeff cannot say no. His amygdala fires the moment a colleague looks overwhelmed. He ends up doing the work of 3 people and quietly resenting everyone. This isn't generosity, it's anxiety management wearing a generosity mask. Then there's Mark, the most seductive version. He's drawn to broken people. He stays even when they don't change. Why? Intermittent reinforcement, the same mechanism that makes slot machines addictive. Sometimes they improve, most of the time they don't. That unpredictability keeps his brain hooked on possibility. Mark isn't a generous friend. He's a brain that can't leave the table because it might win this time. The savior doesn't stay because the person improves. He stays because they might. Here's what almost no one says out loud. Many of the people you rescue quietly resent you. Every rescue sends the silent message, I don't believe you can handle this yourself. You think this is empathy? Empathy says, I see you. The savior complex says, I cannot function until you're okay. This is not altruism either. Real altruism gives without needing the outcome. The savior needs the person to improve so his own nervous system can calm down. The discomfort you feel when you don't rescue someone is not guilt, it's withdrawal, and withdrawal is the first sign you were addicted. So how do you patch this bug? Not with willpower, with new data for your nervous system. Layer 1. Before every rescue, ask, am I helping because it serves them or because I cannot tolerate their discomfort? Layer 2. The 5-second gap. Feel the impulse, wait 5 seconds. That tiny pause lets your prefrontal cortex take over. Layer 3, the deepest, you must rewrite the identity, I am the one who saves. As long as your worth depends on being needed, you will keep unconsciously creating people who need you. This week, just once, when someone shares a problem, say only, that sounds really hard, I'm here, then stop. Watch what happens in your body. That rising anxiety is proof most of your helping was never about them. Helping from fear looks like rescue. Helping from strength looks like presence. One solves their problem, the other trusts they can solve it themselves. You didn't choose this pattern. A child chose it to survive. That child is no longer here. The people around you don't need you to save them. They need you to trust that they can save themselves. And you need to know you are worthy of love even when you're not saving anyone. There is a version of you that has never been allowed to fully exist, a version not defined by what it carries, a version that simply is. Stop rescuing the world. Start existing.